I sense there's excitement in the air.
When do we eat, Your Honor?
Silence, please.
I think we're about to begin here. You will see that we've had tirelessly rehearsed this many, many times.
Oh my God.
Hear ye, one and all. The Rotary Club of La Jolla is now in order. Please stand. The Honorable Charles H. Dick has arrived. And what an arrival.
All bow.
Pushing out Chuck.
Back table includes you. This honorable court is now in session. Please be seated and come to order. So what's next?
We bring in the prisoner.
Is there a prisoner to be brought in? Those of you in the outer room who might hear my voice about prisoners being brought in.
I think she's fighting it. She's fighting it.
Somebody pick up that ball and help this prisoner get in.
There.
Ms. Brown, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Well.
You want to use the Bible for any of this? So as I was saying, the court now calls the case of the Rotary Club of La Jolla, California against Barbara Brown. Ms. Brown, are you represented by counsel? Anybody here want to take this up? I'm not ahead of myself. I can't even read the lines.
No, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, well rehearsed. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here today to prove beyond any doubt that President Barbara Brown has abused her power as our Rotary Club president. She has extended her reign well beyond the normal limit of 1 year and has yet refused to hand the president's gavel over to Robert Teeth, our president-elect. Furthermore, we will show the jury in great and painful detail that the defendant represents herself as an expert in divorce. She has literally been involved in thousands of divorces, yet she has somehow avoided for decades any divorce involving herself. This is unheard of in California, and unheard of for many of us. It is apparent that the only legal proceeding that Barbara Brown would understand would be a divorce. Divorce from the presidency of our club. Never again to allow her to ascend to that honored position, the Rotary Club president of La Jolla. Unless, of course, she wants to be the president again.
I think,
Yes,
there she is.
Your Honor.
Who are you?
I am the famous Lola Laborde, defense attorney to the stars from the law firm, the international law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Well, if you know your way around the courtroom, why don't you get in here and come over by your client?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have been retained, and she has given me a modest fee to represent her.
Have you all entered a plea in this case?
Oh, Your Honor. Oh, what do you? Not guilty. Yes, Your Honor. In this sham proceeding, my innocent client, Barbara Brown, pleads not guilty.
Now, me beggeth your pardon, madame. This is no sham proceeding, so the plea of not guilty will be entered. The prosecution may proceed.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Most of us would just say okie dokie.
I now intend to lay the foundation of why and how Barbara Brown became the power-hungry and ruthless president we came to know all too well. Let us first look at Barbara's upbringing to prove that she has spent her entire life as a rebel, a troublemaker, and a power-hungry woman who has neglected her own family in pursuit of her own selfish goals. What a sweet, beautiful baby girl. One does wonder what the hand in the picture is about to do. Maybe strangle the little darling? Why is there an obviously a feminine hand about to encircle her little neck? Perhaps a mother sensed that her young child was possessed by the devil. Perhaps she sensed her daughter would be driven by power and greed. Perhaps she was just straightening her gown. We can only guess. But this is not a happy baby. Barbara's mom certainly had her hands full. After Barb was born, she delivered a set of twins, two little girls. And this is her looking toward heaven saying, what will I ever do? Two twins, and then the devil girl Barbara.
The court will take judicial notice that twins are two people.
Thank you for that clarification. And there she is. Those pigtails look a little like horns to me. Just look at the countenance of this outwardly sweet little girl, but she has trouble written all over her. There you go. That's a cheap one.
It begins with furthermore.
As the sheriff in the court here, we normally do not allow alcohol during the proceedings.
Well, in this court, Mr. Sheriff, there's one guy who makes the rules, and it ain't you. Go ahead, Mr. Prosecutor,
Thank you, Your Honor.
and have a sip if you wish.
Furthermore, Barbara, at a very young and impressionable age, started to hang out at the local goat harness racing track, where she and her goat, named of course Billy, started to make some serious dough on weekends. Barbara's aggressive harness racing brought fame to her at a young age. She was actually named the GOAT of the Fort Chester Goat Harness Racing Circuit at a very young age. Though she received accolades for her harness racing skills, Barbara was already demonstrating the dangerous independence, willfulness, and impaired judgment that led to her trial today.
Your Honor, I object.
Yeah, Denise.
Sue?
Did that in the rehearsal also, yeah. It was very brief and there was lots of wine.
All right,
I wondered why she appeared almost be taking a nap in this picture. So I focused in on her, and you can plainly see she is going over her pre-race strategy. What shape the track is in, the fitness of Billy, her goat, the status of her other goat harness racing competitors. Her attention to detail was already apparent at such a young age. She was a fierce competitor and power hungry even at her very, very young age. What do you say to that, attorney?
You've changed the lines. I object. Extremely prejudicial view of my client, poor Barbara Brown. She was simply a sweet, innocent, and intelligent young woman who knew how she wanted to live her life. I wish to put into supporting evidence the following pictures. First,
wait a minute. Did you go to law school?
I didn't write the script, Your Honor.
What kind of an objection is this anyway, Lamour? Excuse me, Ms. Lamour.
It was a prejudicial piece of evidence the prosecutor put in. I object.
Well, I'll take that under submission. But you have anything further you want to say?
Yes. Look, I want you to look at the wonderful side of Miss Brown when she was growing up.
I can't see the screen.
Trust us. She was a National Merit Scholar. There she is. And what year was that, Mr. Prosecutor? You found the picture.
Long before I was born.
Well, I'll take that into consideration.
And there are further slides. Mr. Prosecutor, would you show the further slides?
I just did.
Yes. Look what a wonderful angel of a girl she was. I mean, she was the very best. And she was a wonderful singer as well. I've lost my script.
I'll help you out here. She even appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show with the Port Chester High School Glee Club.
Wow.
She was born to sing.
Yes. If anyone here doesn't know what Ed Sullivan is, talk to me after.
I guarantee you most of these people know about it. I want a wonderful show.
Though she was a talented scholar and singer, I was able to find the video of her appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show which clearly shows that she demanded to be the center of attention, to deprive others of the attention they deserve. Here is the Ed Sullivan Show video.
No. Oh, that's.
Oh, that's her. Here we go.
Wait.
Tonight, nostalgic mood. I have here the Worcester High School Glee Club, my school.
No. That's her?
Maiden name.
Where?
The court will recognize that wasn't exactly Taylor Swift. Can we get back into the patter of this thing?
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah. I think the video speaks for itself. The evidence is clear. Barbara Fletcher Brown was and still is selfish and self-centered. But we all have to admit that she had a wonderful voice. But gentlemen and gentlewomen of the jury, you folks,
Us.
there's one force so strong that makes fools out of learned scholars and can silence the voice of the sweetest of singers, and that force is a man in uniform. Even if it was John's band uniform, it's still a uniform. John played the trumpet in the marching band. For any of you who didn't know or didn't have the pleasure of knowing John Brown, you missed out on knowing a very fine man. But back to Barbara. As you'll soon see, Barbara fell under the spell of John Brown, which is understandable given his unlimited charm and impressive physique. What woman could resist this body? Whoop. All right, well, let's see, I am not going to join your... Be calm out there, women. The romantic relationship was founded on John's love of hoop skirts and Barbara's love of orthodontically challenged men. The romantic relationship, their wedding announcement was the talk of Port Chester. You can see here, Barbara Fletcher is fiance of John W. Brown, and they were together, married for 61 years, which is remarkable. And you said they never had a fight. Wow.
Yeah, the court's gonna take that under belief.
Finally, they were married. What a beautiful bride. Obviously, she was ravenous after not eating for 3 weeks to fit into a John here is eager to get on with the honeymoon. And the outcome was Allison and Meredith. And where are we now? The Browns became the proud parents of two girls. This is redundant here. Allison is still there, and Meredith. Yet Barbara, true to her self-centered and ambitious self, decided to attend law school instead of tending to the needs of her two young daughters. Here she is on graduation day from law school. Her two daughters are dressed in peasant clothing. It looks like. Ignoring her role as wife and mother, she became one of only two women in the U.S. Attorney's Office. There's Barbara. Second one is Mary Anderson, who subsequently quit her federal prosecutor's job and appropriately went back to raising her two children. I wish to call Meredith Brown to the witness stand. Meredith, come forward and be sworn in by Russell King.
Are you nervous?
Do you swear to tell this time with the Bible?
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the
For
truth?
crying out loud, I was hoping you'd do
Or
that.
mostly the truth? So help you God.
I promise to tell lies, purely lies, and nothing but lies.
Well, Ms. Brown, would you please be seated and come to order and prepare yourself for an excruciating examination?
Here we go. Ms. Brown, Meredith, what was your life like during the time your mother was in law school and beginning her career as a federal prosecutor?
Well, I rarely saw her. She was always either working or talking about work or falling asleep when she was helping me with my homework, even when I was freshman.
Whoa, that's heavy. How long did you feel estranged from your mother?
Well, to be honest, I finally had to become a lawyer and join the law firm just so I could find some time to see her. And then when I finally joined the law firm, my parents would take month-long vacations to Europe and they would leave me in the office by myself.
And here is some of the evidence of that. Oh, this is your family together. That's a beautiful picture of.
Yeah, that's lovely. You know, my mother had to pay us to pose in that photo with her. And you know those dry leaves that you see?
Yeah.
Those were sort of emblematic of how we felt about her.
Oh, I'm building my case here. This was when they were together and happy and dressing up in the cowboy and cowgirl outfits. What's this, Meredith?
Well, I
This
think
is-
maybe the defense attorney had a question.
Oh wait, this is their second honeymoon.
Oh, yes, yeah. So, you know, obviously, she could be fun, but she'd dress up in fancy clothes with my dad, and then, you know, they'd go on vacations, their second honeymoon. Of course, without us, but they went on nice vacations together.
So sad.
It really was tragic.
Cross?
Does the defense counsel, are you alive over there?
I'm waiting.
Same.
Meredith, I know that you may harbor some mild resentment towards your mom because of her incredible success and in horse business as a U.S. attorney. But what of the family pictures we've seen with you and your dad? That they're so beautiful. What about those pictures?
I think we talked about them.
Well, they're on the screen right now.
They're still on the screen. What more can I say about that? But, you know,
I think you might have.
Did
wanted
your
to ask me
mom
something.
pay you to
She
pose?
did. She paid us to pose for those photos. She absolutely did.
All right, I think I've gotten that
Then
point.
the reporter reads back the transcript.
Meredith,
Yeah.
but couldn't she be fun?
She could be fun, especially when she dressed up in fancy clothes with my dad.
Aren't we supposed to be getting close to the lipstick on a pig
I
line?
think we are, but
I'm so sorry for you, Allison, but as I see it, perhaps because of your mother's absence and indifference that you both achieved, both you and your sister achieved outstanding careers. Isn't that true?
Well, that's like putting lipstick on a pig, actually. But, you know, I will admit, she did introduce us to music. I sing as well. But, you know, she made us sing that dark Rotary song, you know, the R-T-A-R-Y, that sounds Rotary. I can't get it out of my head, it's a freaking earwig. And then, of course, my sister played that into the white banjo.
I know the judge is supposed to say something right now, but I can't read the dark print.
But Meredith,
Can I help you a little bit here?
Your Honor, I have not finished my cross-examination.
That doesn't make any difference.
But Meredith, she faces such ridiculous charges here today, and you, among others, know her so well. Did she like being president of Rotary?
She loved it.
But in spite of that, did she ever say she would not turn over the gavel to Bob Cheek? She never said that, did she?
Well, actually, she did. All the time. She even said she wanted to be president of Rotary for life. I think she called herself Queen Barbara.
And surely she was joking, laughing in a kind-hearted way. Isn't that true?
Well, not exactly. She laughed, but she cackled. Kind of like a witch.
She cackled. Oh,
Kind of like a witch.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right.
It's about time you sat down. This wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, okay, good. I like the witch, but,
Anything further from the prosecutor?
yes, Your Honor. Here is a recent Union Tribune La Jolla Light article that clearly reveals the true character of President Brown and why we must strive to divorce her immediately from the president's, from being the Rotary Club president. Here is the article. She was the first woman admitted to Rotary Club of La Jolla and is now its president. And she refuses to stay. Barbara stated, I enjoy the power and the prestige of the job. I have no intention of stepping down. It took me a long time to get here, and I see myself as president for a long, long while. I rest my case.
Well, is there anything further from the defense?
I ask for clemency, Your Honor.
There's a fat chance of that execution.
No, I am finished except for Pat Stover. I need you to come forward and bestow upon Barbara.
Well, why don't we convict her first?
Ah, good idea.
Why don't we allow the judge a moment in the spotlight as I instruct the jury? The jury is instructed. Would you please go back to your room and reflect on the evidence that's been put before you and announce your verdict?
Is there a kangaroo in the room?
Oh. Yes, juror number 1. Are you the foreperson?
I am.
Well, what saith thou?
We have reached our verdict, Your Honor.
Is it a unanimous verdict?
It's a unanimous verdict.
Pretty close.
What is that verdict?
Oh my God. We find President Barbara Brown guilty on all counts.
All
And
counts.
recommend final and irreconcilable divorce from the Rotary Club of La Jolla presidency.
And so it shall be. Mr. Prosecutor, have you anything further that you and the sheriff may have in mind?
I want the sheriff to come forward and codify this decision.
Do you have any more wine?
Barbara, you can stand up now. Yeah, don't take the handcuffs off. Yeah. That's my job. We're gonna go back here to where the judge is. Pretty good with that. Okay, we have prisoner number 2023-4 here who has been found guilty. And as I understand it, the sentence is that you can no longer be president of the Rotary Club of La Jolla. So what I have here to show that to everyone is the coveted past president's pin, which you must wear. So I'm going to take your handcuffs off. So there is your past president's pin. And I will say that I have been in this club for 78 years, but I'm pretty sure that during the history of this club, we've had 77 presidents, I guess. But you are the only one who has held yourself over and gone for 18 months. So in recognition of you, here is your presidential plaque presented to Barbara Brown.
We're going to send you to Sing Sing, but I'll say a few words.
Yes.
I'll just say a couple words to everyone. I want to thank all of you so much for making this 18 months a really unforgettable, enjoyable, wonderful experience. Everyone has been so helpful and just so kind to me that I think I'm going to miss it. Thank you all very, very much. I really appreciate it.
You distinguish yourself in many ways, beyond being the longest serving president in our history. But I am so grateful to you. You have run meetings so well. You've been so supportive of everyone and so humble and yet so smart, so intelligent. You've kept us all on our toes, and I really appreciate it, and I think the group does. Let's give her one more round of applause. Next time, I think we're just going to have an open bar. It makes this skip a lot better. Thank you all for coming.